My mom introduced me to some great music growing up, artists I still listen to today. The Beatles, of course, but also the Stones, the Doors, Fleetwood Mac, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and Young, Tull. Those rock bands I learned to love from her. She either had rock on the radio or 8-track tapes. Later on, it was cassettes. She wasn't just a rock gal, though. She would listen to vintage country, and I think she got that from my grandfather. So I heard a lot of Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, and the great Willie Nelson in the car and at the house. She even got to see Willie several times in concert. I went with her a few times. The venue is one of those round, tent-covered amphitheaters, and the stage spun at 33.5 RPM. Willie in the round. We were so close I could see the damage to that old faithful guitar. I've always loved that guitar. What a look, and it suits him. Like, you can almost tell the life story of this absolute legend just by studying that guitar. Anyway, Willie Nelson means a lot to me, so when this ridiculous thing crossed my path, I thought, it's shaped like trigger. With that in mind, I wanted to turn this into a Willie tribute. Just some wall art is what I'm going for. I mean, this thing's kind of unplayable, but it's all there. So stick around if you want to see how I do that. Could be totally awesome or complete stupidity. We'll see. So I don't expect to be playing this when it's done, but this saddle is awful tall. So I think for aesthetics, I at least want to bring that down a little bit. We'll see what the height is here. It's about 3.5, 4 millimeter. So I can bring that down about 2 mil. Start there. I also want to reuse the strings because I really don't want to put too much money into this. And it's going to be, a wall hanger anyway. So start by taking off the strings. This is a first act, by the way. More like a last act if you think this makes somebody a player. This is really a, play guitar. Maybe for like a 2 to 5 year old to rock out in front of the TV while mom is blasting Ed Sheeran. When I was a kid in the 70s, my mom had a convertible Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. And I remember making her play the Beatles' White Album and Willie Nelson's Stardust on 8-track over and over. And I always loved the song Blue Skies. It still makes me think of summer in a convertible. I'm going to take these tuners off because I want to take those safety caps off. And I also want to do something on the headstock, so away they go for now. Alright, this thing is filthy, but it's plastic, so I'm just going to use some spray away glass cleaner, some paper towels, get all the junk off it. Looks better, but it's still a little bit crusty. Use some rubbing alcohol to clean up the face at least. Gonna need it for my next step. Alright, that looks better. So I don't have the hand art skills to recreate trigger on this, but I am a master in Photoshop and Illustrator. I definitely have my 10,000 hours in, and then some. So I created this from a high-res picture, and I plan to print it on some vinyl sticker paper. I'm going to do my best to line it up, trim it. I'm going to do the sound hole ring and the headstock separately. That way it'll be easier to line up. So I got 10 sheets of this stuff. I think I should be good, but wish me luck. That came out really good. I'm going to trim it a little bit tighter. Kind of marked where my centers are. I'm going to try to line it up the best I can. I'm going to start up here and start laying it out. And then, I can trim for the bridge. And once it's all flat, I can trim for the hole there. Do that with a separate piece. Alright, trimming up. Yeah, how about some double-sided tape, because this is just going to be paper on the back of this anyway. Just a small piece here. Okay, I can get it off later. Let's line this up again. Like that. Alright. Almost want to cut this, yeah. I think that's what I'll do. Just trim it a little bit closer. Well, I'm going to lose my center. Alright. Let's try it. Put the center down first. How's that? Alright. I can put a small portion of this to start up here. Around the center. That worked pretty good. I think the next spot I'm going to hit is down here by the bridge, but I want to make sure that this is going to go down flat. How can I do that? Not really a decal guy, but I've watched enough YouTube videos. That's coming together. I maybe should have made it a little bit smaller, but I'm going to live with that. I got a nice sharp razor here on my X-Acto, so I'm going to try to trim the edge here and trim out this hole too. Let's see how this comes off. Printed up several sound holes so I can try to hopefully not mess one up. That actually looks way better than I was expecting. I want to do a couple of things before I restring it. The first is to get rid of the first act label in the sound hole. So to do that, printed up a picture of Willie to cover it over. It's the portrait from the cover of Red-Headed Stranger, and I think the color matches the rest of it pretty well. Also, I printed up a bunch in case I messed one up. The rest I'll post up around town. Well, that looks perfect. Now on to the cherry on top. If you know this guitar, then you know it has an iconic strap too. Willie uses a flamenco style strap that hooks into the sound hole, wraps around the back of the body. Those straps are very expensive, like $100 expensive, but I did find this cheap one from the Jungle Shop. This is a regular $10 canvas strap, but I'm going to try to mod it to look like his. I really just need the red, white, and blue stripe pattern to kind of give the illusion of being genuine. So let me see if I can figure out a good way to replicate it. Alright, I think I got something figured out here. I need to get like a ring and a hook that's going to hook to that. Got these plastic rings. I had picture framing hook. And then I found one of these little suction cup hangers, like for a sun catcher in the window. It's got almost a perfect S hook that I need on it. And then a key ring. And I think I can hook the key ring through there. Hook the hook into the sound hole like his is, and yeah, I think that'll work. So yeah, let me try that. Just straighten that hook out a little bit. Like that. Those hooking in there. Let's try it.
Boys, I've been drinking for days, and the reason I'm drinking, my woman got some low down ways. If you don't want me, baby, you ought to tell me so.
There we go. So I'm really liking the way that this comes out. Puts a smile on my face every time I look at it. I'm thinking of putting a screw through here like a self-tapper through the back here to keep the strap from coming off and getting lost. And yeah, just let this kind of flop wherever it wants, however you hang it. As far as a hanger, I'm looking back at these picture hangers, and I think one up here at an angle I think would do pretty good. I actually might use one of these larger ones because it's got 2 holes and it'll keep it at that angle. And that way, if you want to hang it like that, you can. So yeah, let me do that. So it's close to in tune. I'm going to let the strings settle in a little bit, tune it again, maybe do a little demo. I don't intend for it to be a player, it just needs to be wall art, but yeah, I'm really liking it so far. Puts a smile on my face every time I look at it, so it's doing its job. I am really happy with how this turned out. It's even more smile-inducing than I could have hoped for. So I'm going to need to find a good place to hang it. Putting the little Willie in the hole was a good call. There's a joke in there somewhere. Everyone needs a little Willie in them. Anyway, I hope this inspires you to make something cool, or at least dare to be stupid. So thank you once again for joining me, and if you can give me a like or subscribe, it could really help my channel grow. So give me a thumbs up for filming it for you, and we'll talk again soon.